All right, so this is going to be a video about finding the average value of a function, and the function is defined right there as f of x. I highlight this in red really quick. So I'm basically going to be trying to figure out what is the average value of this function on this interval right here from -1 to 1. First thing I'm going to do is write out the average value of a function formula here. So the average value of f is going to be equal to 1 over b minus a. So it's just going to be 1 minus -1 because my b is 1, my a is -1. And then I'm doing that integral of that from -1 to 1 of that f of x function, which is x squared all over x cubed plus 3 quantity squared with respect to x. Okay, now this 1 minus -1 is going to be 1 over 2, but we need to figure out the antiderivative of this part right here. And if you notice, none of the antiderivative rules that we use are able to actually solve this, so we need to use u substitution. As you can see, it follows the pattern for u substitution. So what I'm going to do is actually just blow this one up over here and just do the antiderivative of that x squared over x cubed plus 3 quantity squared dx, and I'm going to be going from -1 to 1. So I'm just going to do this whole part over here in the orange. All right, I'm going to zoom in really quick here. All right, so the u in this case is going to be the most varied function, which is the x cubed plus 3. So we have this whole part substituted for right here. It's just going to be 1 over u squared here, but we still need that x squared dx right here. So to find that, I'm going to do the derivative of this u right here and get 3x squared, multiply dx on both sides, and then I'm going to divide by 3. Cancel, cancel. And you're going to end up with du over 3 is equal to x squared dx. Now, if you look right here, we just substituted for this x squared dx, and we substituted for this on the bottom. So now I'm going to rewrite all of it right here. Now it's going to be the integral of x squared dx, which is just du over 3. So I'm going to put the 1/3 in front and the du over here. So that takes care of this part right here. Now I need to take care of this u equals x cubed plus 3. Well, it's just going to be 1 over u squared, which is going to be u to the -2. Now we do need to deal with these limits of integration, this -1 and 1 right here. Now, since we're in terms of u, what we can do is we can put this 1 into this function right here, and you end up with 1 to the 3rd plus 3 is 4, so I'm going to put a 4 here, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the -1 here, put this in here, and you get -1 to the 3rd, which is -1 plus 3 is going to be 2. So now this is a way easier definite integral to work with. It's going to be 1/3, and then once you do the reverse power rule, you're going to get -u to the -1 power, and we're integrating this from 2 to 4. From here, I'm going to plug in 4 into the u, so it's going to be, I'm going to pull this negative out here, by the way, as well. So we'll do that, negative. So now it's just going to be 4 to the -1 power, which is 1/4, and I'm going to plug the 2 in, subtract, so it's 1/2, and then you end up with -1/4 in here. -1/4 times -1/3 is positive 1/12. And then what I'm going to do with this value right here is plug it all the way back equation that we have over here. So now you end up with 1/2, which is this part right here. So this comes down here times 1/12, because this whole thing right here is equal to 1/12. You end up with 1 over 24 as your final answer for this problem. So that's basically the average value on this interval of this function up here. So if you have any questions about anything in this video, let me know.